Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Moore for the Action Network. And going into the final weekend of the 2021-22 NBA season, 14 of a potential 20 play-in and playoff spots are still up for grabs. They are still undecided. Things are going to get pretty complicated as we try and figure out tiebreakers and different scenarios. And that's why we're here to break it down for you. This is your guide to the complicated last weekend in the NBA. Let's start with the Western Conference because it's a little bit simpler. All right, the Suns are the 1 seed. They're locked in, even though they have nothing to play for and are still doing things like snatching the soul from the Utah Jazz like they did on Friday night. The Grizzlies are the 2 seed. They can't go up or down. They're just chilling. The 3 seeds where things start to get a little complicated. The Warriors are up 1 game on the Mavericks, but the Mavericks have tiebreakers. So if the Mavericks win and the Warriors lose, the Mavericks are 3 and the Warriors are 4. But if the Warriors win, they're in the 3 spot and the Mavericks are in the 4. Meanwhile, because the Jazz did blow another double-digit lead to the Phoenix Suns on Friday night, now 5-6 is in play as well. If the Jazz lose and the Nuggets win, the Nuggets are 5 and the Jazz are 6. But if the Jazz win, then they're going to be 5 and the Nuggets will be 6. So the Warriors and Mavericks and Jazz and Nuggets are going to play one another, but there's no real way of telling who, except that the Warriors aren't going to play the Mavericks and the Jazz are going to play the Nuggets. And other than that, anything goes. In the play-in, the 7th seed Wolves are locked. They're not going anywhere. And the 8th seed Clippers are not going anywhere. Those 2 teams will face off on Tuesday. Don't ask me if Kawhi Leonard's playing. No one knows. In the 9-10, the Spurs can still technically catch the Pelicans. If the Pelicans go 0 for this weekend and the Spurs go 2-0, then the Spurs can actually sneak ahead of them for home court in the play-in game next week via tiebreaker. All right, I'm not going to lie to you. The Eastern Conference, this gets a little complicated. Okay, so the Heat are the number 1 seed and they're locked, so that's easy. And then you got the 2 seed, which is currently the Bucks, unless the Bucks lose and the Celtics win, in which case the Celtics are the 2 and the Bucks are the 3. Why, you ask? Because the Celtics have tiebreaker. Head-to-head? No, not head-to-head. They went 2-2. Oh, is it conference record? No, it's not conference record. They also would wind up tied in conference record. It's record versus all of the playoff teams, all 10 Eastern Conference playoff teams. I checked with the league. It's all 10. So how the Celtics and Bucks did versus the Hawks and the Hornets and the Nets and the Cavs is going to decide who gets the 2 seed and probably has to face Brooklyn and who gets the 3 seed. Fun stuff. If the Celtics were to lose, they're probably going to be the 3 seed unless the Sixers go 2-0, in which case the Sixers can actually pass them, and the Sixers would be the 3 seed and the Celtics would be the 4, and they would likely face the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Sixers may go 1-1, in which case that's totally fine and doable. In which case, even if the Celtics lose, they'll be the 3 seed and the Bucks will be the 2. Most likely scenario, Bucks 2, Celtics 3, right? And the Sixers probably 4. There's no way that the Sixers won't be 4, right? Oh, no, there is. There's a way that the Sixers won't be 4. The Raptors win their last game and the Sixers go 0-2, then the Raptors will pass the Sixers by tiebreaker and they'll be the 4 and they'll have home court versus the Sixers. Matisse Thybulle will probably be excited about that. Meanwhile, oh boy, the play-in. Okay, so I could do this. The Nets won on Friday night, and the Hawks lost on Friday night, and the Hornets won, and the Cavs lost to the Nets. So, if the Nets win, and the Cavs win, and the Hawks win, it's Nets, Cavs, Hawks, Hornets. If the Nets win and the Cavs win and the Hawks lose and the Hornets win, it's Nets, Cavs, Hornets, Hawks. If the Nets win and the Cavs win and the Hawks lose and the Hornets lose, it's Nets, Cavs, Hawks, Hornets. If the Nets win and the Cavs lose and the Hawks win and the Hornets win, it's Nets, Hawks, Hornets, Cavs. If it's Nets win, Cavs lose, Hawks win, Hornets lose, it's Nets, Hawks, Cavs, Hornets. If the Nets win, Cavs lose, Hawks lose, Hornets win, it's Nets, Hornets, Cavs, Hawks. You get the picture. The Nets will probably be the 7. If they lose, they'll still probably be the 8. But there is a situation in which if they lose and the Cavs and Hornets win, then the Nets would still slide back down into the 9 and have to win 2 play-in games just to make the playoffs. For more on the NBA playoffs, make sure to keep it tuned to actionnetwork.com and the Action Network app.